Well. Take these off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another week of Twisted Transitions. We have got so much to talk about and stuff today. I'm sorry, I'm a little unorganized here. I'm trying to get stuff right. So much happening. All right, there we go. I got my chat up. And let's make sure you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, make sure you tell me in the chat. Might have some technical issues happening here. I feel like I'm a little dark today too. Tell me if you can hear me in the chat. Just let me know. Just shoot me a thumbs up. Give me anything just so I know that you guys can hear me. I was having some technical issues earlier. And before I get into things, I just want to make sure that everything is running smoothly. Let me see. All right, looks like stuff's starting to come up now. Okay, I think it may have come up now. If you guys can hear me, hit me in the chat. Let me know that you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. Give me anything. Just let me know. Okay. All right. Hola. All right. Gotcha. All right. So you guys can hear me. Good. I'm glad you can hear me. All right. I'm ready to go ahead and get this thing started because we have got a lot to talk about today. I'm in a great mood and stuff today, so I'm going to be as upbeat as I can about some of these subjects, even though the subjects may be a little iffy because of our most recent event. So we will start off with a recap. Let's rewind and go back to last weekend. So last weekend I had a wedding. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw that I did a wedding down in Abney Hill. I think it's Abney Hall. Hold on, this is it right here. This is the venue here. This is the first time I'd ever been to this place, and I know the front looks absolutely amazing, but the back looks absolutely amazing as well. I mean, this is where you enter, this is where you exit, this is all of it. So this is what it looked like, and upon rolling up there, I was like, man, this thing is like super lavish. Like it is, maybe I didn't bring the right setup and stuff for it here, and then when I got back there and I started, seeing everything, I was like, okay, I'm okay. I was actually able to put on the back side of the house. I didn't get a picture of the back side. That's why I'm kind of filling you guys in. The back side of the house, there is a pool, a garden area, and they had a tent, a big tent and everything in the back. And they had me up under the tent. That's where dinner was served. Cocktail hours around the pool. And the ceremony and everything was right on the steps that lead down to the garden area. Is very lavish, very lavish. So, these guys, kind of went all out. It was next to none. Like it was crazy, absolutely crazy. So, here is my setup. You can kind of see this is kind of the back of the house here. Here's my setup. This is what I put on there. I set up here because I used the two LD Maui 44 G2s and just the Chauvet Wash FX 2s for the lights. Now, the only problem with this setup, not really the setup, but from where they had me set up, was that the distance. Let me go back here. I just kind of want to give you an example of the distance because I meant to take a picture of that, but I didn't. The distance from where I was at if you see that grassy area to the left of the house right over there, from the grassy area on the left to probably the end of those bushes in the middle was how far I was away from the dance floor. Okay, so that was already problem number one. I don't encourage any brides to put any entertainment you're gonna have, whether it be a band, whether it be a performance, whether it be a DJ. You need to keep them as close to the dance floor as possible. I mean, one thing that brides have to understand is that, and I read this somewhere, and I think I totally agree with it. You know, entertainment is 70 to 80% of your reception. You know, the other 10% is, you know, the decor and the food. But pretty much entertainment kind of dominates that. So, I mean, you keep the entertainment the closest and stuff to the dance floor because you want to pack your dance floor. Now, granted, I did a pretty decent job of keeping people on the floor, but the playlist for this wedding, I don't know if you guys remember me talking about it, but the playlist for this wedding was pretty much predominantly country. Bride told me she loved country, and every time that we spoke, she would just give me more country songs. So I was able to put some more country into my playlist, and you know, the country and stuff that I was using, you know, was kind of easy country and stuff at first, and I was a little worried about how it would roll over into the reception. And just like I feared, when I played the country music and the reception and everything kind of got rolling, it was nobody on the dance floor. Let's just be honest. Nobody was on the dance floor. Nobody was singing. Nobody was doing anything. However, when they gave me a little second to open the dance floor and just kind of play a little bit of music, I kind of played some of the oldies that I normally play. And I noticed that a good bit of people were kind of, you know, moving and shaking and stuff. I was like, well, if they like that, then they'll like everything that I normally do. So I played probably about, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes worth of country at the beginning, and then I went into some of the stuff that I normally play, and the whole dance floor packed. And it was great. I was off and running, so I was like, cool, I can mix in some country and stuff here and there, but for the most part, these guys want to hear stuff that you can dance to, easy stuff to dance to. Herein lies the next problem. And I don't know how many of you guys deal with this, but here comes the father of the bride. And boy, fasten your seatbelts for this one, guys. Okay, so I'm over in my area, and I'm playing. And everything's going great. I have a packed dance floor. I had 4 encounters with the father of the bride. 4. The first encounter that I had with the father of the bride, he came over and he was nice and cordial. And he said, hey, you know, any chance we can get some country and stuff in there? And I think he asked for Hank Williams Jr. Now, of course, granted, I was going to play Hank Williams and stuff anyway, but I was going to play, you know, the sing-along songs like the Dinosaur and Family Tradition, stuff like that. Stuff that it kind of keeps, you know, you could play in the middle of songs and it just keeps everybody out there. So I told him, I said, you know, yeah, I'll definitely be playing some Hank Williams Jr. and stuff tonight. Well, I told him that, and he kind of walked off. Well, probably about 10 to 15 minutes later, he came back and he was like, you know, I'm going to give it to you just like how you gave it to me. He was pretty much like, hey, what's up with the Hank Williams Jr.? Like, you need to play that. And I was like, you know, I told you, sir, I am going to play it. I'm just, you know, playing a couple of songs and stuff in the middle, trying to mix everything up. And this is what he told me. Now you guys tell me in the comments, and we'll come back and go over these as you guys put them in the comments. But please tell me what you would have done, and seriously done, once you heard this. And this is just interaction number 2. He said, hey, look, I'm the father of the bride. I'm paying for all this. I want you to put that song on next. What do you say to that? What do you say to that? Now, I'm about 6'3". This dad is probably about, I don't know, 5'7", 5'8". So he's kind of looking up at me. And he's not intimidated at all. By any means, he's not intimidated. He's just like, you need to put that on next. And he doesn't even give me a chance to respond. He walks off. Just flat out walks off. So I'm like, okay. So this is what I did to accommodate him. I played a Hank Williams Jr. song. I played Dinosaur. When I played Dinosaur, my dance floor went just like this. I don't know if you guys can see my hand. It just went just like this. And him and a couple of his buddies and a couple of their women were on the dance floor and they were singing. I said, cool. So after the song, I played the whole song because I didn't want to cut it off and then him be like, why didn't you play the whole song? So I let the whole song play, went through it, and then I started playing back into my set that I normally play. Probably about, I don't know, about 7-8 minutes go by again. Here comes the father of the bride again. This is interaction number 3. He says, so, like, are you going to play some more country? Like, we need some more country and stuff in here. And I was like, sir, I've been playing country and stuff pretty much all evening. I played country for your dinner music. I played country for cocktail hour. I've played country to start off the dancing. Like, I have been, and I wasn't lying, I literally have been playing country almost the whole day. And I told him, I said, I'm going to have a section where I'm just going to do sing-alongs and stuff like that include a lot of the favorite artists that she and him put down, which is mostly Hank Williams Jr. I mean, that was the main focus is Hank. So so he left. He didn't say anything. He just asked that, and I told him that. He walked away. That was interaction number 3. The final interaction with this father. So he came back over to me, and this is the one that got me. Now, again, I want you to tell me in the chat what your immediate reaction would be, what you would actually do if you were at a function and this took place. All right. He came over and he said, hey, look, man, I need you to play some Hank Williams Jr. and some country. You need to turn this shit off. And I said, well, sir, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy for you to ask me to turn that off right now because I got a packed dance floor over there. Like, everybody's dancing and stuff over there. His response to that was, I don't give a shit what they're playing, what they're doing and stuff over there. I paid for this wedding. You're going to put on some, you catch my drift. And then he didn't even give me a chance to respond. He walked away. Just flat like a G. Like, he just said, almost as if he would have slapped me and then walked away. I mean, he just didn't physically slap me. He slapped me with his words. So, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you guys what I did, but I want your fingers like going crazy right now. Type in the chat what you would have done. Now, let me tell you what I did. I'm a little bit petty and stuff now. I'm trying to hold my reputation. I'm trying not to be that guy. I don't want to be center of attention other than to have a good time. I don't need that attention. I don't need that distraction, none of that stuff. So what I decided to do was I said, okay, you know what? We're going to give them back to back to back to back. So I did not 1, not 3, not 5, but 7 country songs back to back. 7. And not just in and out, in and out. 7 in a row, almost the whole song. And so I said, I'm just going to burn through these. And that probably was about, I don't know, like a good 30 to 45 minutes, somewhere around that. Because it was almost full songs. And these were songs that were on the bride's list. These were songs that he had been asking me to play. Nobody else had come up and request that. But I will tell you that while I was playing those country songs, all those people who were dancing before came over and they were like, man, could you please turn back on the other music and stuff like that? I said, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little handcuffed and stuff right now. The father of the bride wants, he wants country. He wants this. Everybody's response to that when I said that was, yep, that's him. That's just what he's like. So I want you guys to comment down below. And I want you to tell me what you would have done in that scenario, because there was a lot of things I wanted to do. There was a lot of things I wanted to say. There was a lot of things I wanted to do. There was, it didn't push my limits, but it was pretty close. It was pretty close. Just the way, the disrespect that came at me from that is what I felt the most. And one thing I don't like for you to disrespect me. You could talk bad and stuff about something I've done, but don't disrespect me and stuff. And this, this is my craft. This is what I do to provide for myself and stuff like that. I'm doing my job because the audience behind you is agreeing with me per their body language. So I must be doing something right. So I just felt like, he just came at me, man. He didn't care. He didn't care. He didn't care. Let's look at a couple of your comments and stuff here before we move on. Lionel Devonshire says, I say sure and play the chorus and then the next song. I then alert the bride and let her dad ruin her day. I told the bride, because she came over to me and she was one of the people who asked, what happened to the other music? And, I had to say, your dad wants to hear country. And she said the same thing everybody else was saying. Yep, that's him. It's almost like they enabled him and stuff. And like and I think when he flexed his muscle to me, that was just normal for them. That's what I'm assuming. Because he had been great all day. Like I didn't have any bad gripe and stuff towards him. And that was actually the first time that I had talked to him is when the first time he came over to me. So, I don't know. DJ Mikey Mike, he said, first of all, I always carry my contract with me, and if it was only the bride and groom's signature on the contract, I would have told him to take it up with him. It's hard to have the groom take it up with him when he's like completely inebriated. Like he's so God, he was so drunk. He was intoxicated. He was real bad. I think the bride probably would have had more of a handle on him than anybody else. Maybe bride and mom, something like that. But their bar, man, their bar was so long. It was like the length of a dining room table that can hold like 24 people. Like it was a lot. It was a long bar, long bar. Kirby and Friends says, I would have simply played what he asked. I wouldn't have liked it, but I would have played it. I would have waited for the bride and crowd to correct him. Well, they never did, Kirby. I took the high road, and they never did correct him. They just kind of let him do his thing. And like I said, I think everybody just kind of knew that's how he was, and they just let him do his thing. Now, DJ Mikey Mike, now, I can't do that. I can't announce that these songs are the Father Bride. I can't do stuff like that. I mean, that's real petty Betty there, but I can't do that. I can't do that. I just told them as they came over, Father of the Bride wanted this, but I'm not going to come on the mic and say that. I just feel like that may be a tad unprofessional. But more power to you if you can get away with it. I just know that, I have to win these guys over on many levels, and I just can't jump out there and say. DJ Jesse, what's up, man? Appreciate you checking in, bro. Appreciate you checking in. I don't know if you're getting home from work or what it is, but I do appreciate you checking in. Okay. So I just wanted to tell you guys about that. That was a very long trip home. It took me like 2 hours. I don't know what I got as far as footage wise, but when, if I do decide to make something out of it, you can expect for that footage to be, stationary and kind of far back. I don't even know if you can see them dancing, but maybe this is more about listening to how I mix music, because I did mix a lot of music and stuff in that one. And they were happy and stuff at the end, so I guess I can't complain. DJ Romeo Gray, all you need is one bad word that people will remember. The great job you did. You're absolutely right, because that one thing that you say will definitely overshadow everything that you've done. And it's crazy that it works that way. It's super crazy that it works that way. But yeah, I totally agree with that. DJ Jesse just got home from work, man. I hope it wasn't a crazy day for you, bro. Glad you're home. Glad you're checking me out. Unfortunately, but you win them all. This is not an L for you. This is a winner. They pay for. Yeah, I mean, true. Yeah, but you're right. I don't feel like I took an L on this one. I just feel like they had a great time. I think they did. I mean, even afterwards, everybody was so intoxicated. Like it was really bad. They were jumping in the pool. Bride and groom jumped in with their clothes. Guests were jumping in with their clothes. Groomsmen jumping in. Bridesmaids jumping in the pool with their clothes. People had to be Ubered home. I mean, when I say this bar was massive, I wish I would have gotten a picture of. I may do that next time. If something is like crazy like that, I'm try to get a picture for you guys. But the bar was it was massive. It was massive. And these guys were. I never got the heads up to turn the music. To give the 15-minute warning for the bar. They never gave it to me. It's like they kept drinking all the way up until it was time to go. So kudos to them. They had a great time. As long as they had a great time, I guess it's great. But now we go to the complete opposite. This one coming up, it's not this weekend, it's next weekend. So we'll have time to chat one more time about it. But just as a brief overview of it, this one is at a familiar location. I've actually broken a drone at this location. I don't know if that hints and tells you. If you're an OG follower, then you know what I'm talking about. But I am going out there, and this is like a majority pop wedding. Her playlist has a lot of pop. Like we do a little bit of country for formals, which is kind of natural. And then we do pop. Now, one thing I like about this one coming up, and I'm not going to give you too much because we'll talk about that next week. One thing I like about this one is she's doing a lot of things, on a lot of unorthodox things, which kind of switches things up a little bit. So we'll talk a little bit about that next week. But the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is upcoming music. Let's talk music, because I didn't get a chance to put some of these songs and stuff on the listing and stuff for you guys. So let me move myself a little bit. Hold on. There we go. All right, so let's talk about music here. All right, some of the songs that you guys should be playing, or not just playing, added to. And when I say playing, it should either be in your dinner playlist, or it should be in your playlist that you're playing for couples and stuff. All right, so there are so many versions of this song out right now, but you want to jump on Lizzo's About Damn Time, and you want to make sure that you are playing this one because it's getting a lot of play in general. I am going to start incorporating this more. I'm going to test it out a couple of times, maybe in like a little bit of dinner and stuff on some weddings that I feel like maybe it won't go over as well. So I'm gonna test it out in dinner. If I see people singing and stuff to it, it's immediately going to the big stage. I may already just throw it right in the big stage. So I definitely think that this is a huge song and stuff. I know it's been out for a little bit, but it is still, slowly gaining momentum to be like one of those songs. Lizzo's two songs from her last album, Truth Hurts and Good as Hell, have, those still pop. I know you guys see those on my videos. Those still pop. I mean, girls still sing those. So anytime you can get you a good Lizzo song, you definitely want to jump on that. So she isn't the only one, though. Next up, we've got Megan Thee Stallion and Dua Lipa, Sweet as Pie. Now, this one may be one of those ones that I will play for this pop wedding this weekend, because it's a little bit more on the poppy side. I mean, anytime you throw Dua Lipa in there, it's going to be a good song. I mean, the beat and everything is kind of an upbeat. It's more of like a poppy beat. It's not, I don't know if you guys have heard Megan Thee Stallion's album, but it's nowhere near the other songs that are on there. Man, that CD is raunchy. I listened to the whole thing because I like to check out albums to see if there's any cuts and stuff that I can pull off there that maybe I can get before my record pulls do. But man, listening to her album, man, it's pretty raunchy. It's pretty raunchy. So yeah, I mean, she's got some hits and stuff on there, of course. Kid Cupid, that's all right if you didn't get your alert, bro. I mean, as long as you're here now. I don't know why you didn't get the alert. I told you I was having some technical issues before I started and stuff today. I don't know what's happening, and I might have a technical issue here in just a second. I don't know. Maybe I have to look at this laptop I'm using to be able to do all this. Maybe it needs a little help. I don't know. But yeah, so Sweet as Pie, Dua Lipa, and Megan Thee Stallion. So make sure you guys grab that one. Another great one is Sierra's Jump. Now this one, I feel like if you can play 1-2 step at an event, you could play this one. That's how this song, the feeling that this song gives. This one, yeah, it's got a good fast beat. So if you've got a good dancing crowd, especially if they're really, really drunk, this one would go great too. So I definitely think it's an ad for dancing music. And the thing I like about the tracks that I'm giving you guys, like, these are all dancing tracks. These are not just stand around on the wall, sing from your table. Like, these, if you incorporate them right and mix them in well, these will go. These will hit. These will definitely hit. I don't think you'll have any problem. So yeah, that one, Sierra's Jump is definitely a good one. You'll start hearing that more for my fall weddings, because we're about to wrap up August, which is nuts. That over half the year is gone. We're about to hit the fall weddings, and let me tell you guys, it's about to go down. Yeah, this fall is crazy. I'm talking about, once I start, I don't really stop until next summer. Like, that's how crazy it's about to get. So I better just enjoy the time that I have right now. That's all I can say. Hope you guys are all just continuing to book these weddings and stuff, man, because it is crazy. Housing market is going crazy, and the DJ business is going crazy. It's nuts. It's nuts. All right, next up, we got a throwback we want to pull up. Now, some of you may already play this and stuff like that, but if you want a good sing along and get the girls and stuff involved, just just do the first part of the song, the first line, and then go ahead and get out at the second chorus and stuff, right? But you play Nelly's Dilemma featuring Kelly Rowland, because you bring that back, and that's a great sing along. Girls love that, and plus, guess who they'll sing it to? They'll sing it to their girl friends that are out there, as well as their dates. And what does that do? That brings guys out to the floor, because they want to sing it to them. And guess what? If you pull a banger out right after that, you've got a packed dance floor. I'm just saying, you got to read the room, know when to play this. This is not going to be for everybody. This is not one of those ones that's going to be for everybody, but this is a great sing-along if you needed a sing-along. And that's just one of the throwbacks, because I've got more throwbacks. Here's another one. Now, you have to excuse me if I say this wrong. I've been trying to pronounce this right. I do horrible on names. But this looks like Eurythmics. That's what this looks like. Anyway, this is Sweet Dreams by Eurythmics. Now, if you're not familiar with this song, this is the old song, sweet dreams are made of these. That's a good dancing song to pull back. Now, I have seen this song make a full comeback. I recently saw a DJ. I cannot remember what DJ it was, but he was DJing in like, I don't know, it wasn't like a festival, but it was like this larger room, and it wasn't a wedding DJ. He was like mixing a couple of tracks, mixing